I've got a special podcast from the home of Joesphine Hodison.
Right. Yes.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time and to speak with me and talk about, you just had your 84th birthday, right?
Last week.
84 years young.
84 years old. Right.
I kind of want to start off with a little icebreaker question for you.
Uh-huh.
Money's not an issue or distance. If you could have one day to do whatever you wanted to do with your day, what would it be?
Oh, I think I would...
Take your time.
I'm trying.
It's a tough question.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
Money's
it
not
is.
an issue or distance. You can...
I was in a workshop in one of the larger cities, and a bunch of us went to a spa. And I enjoyed that so much that I think that's what I would do.
Did the time fly by at the spa, or did you...
No, it didn't. It was almost a whole day. And I had never been to a spa before.
How old were you?
I think I was about 40, 45.
Okay. Was it like massage, the mud, oil, like everything?
It was massage. It was facial.
I'm a man. I've never gone to a spa before. So
it was just wonderful massage. And then I don't know how to swim. So later on, all the other girls went in to swim, and I just kind of stuck my foot in.
Still counts. Still counts.
Right.
It still counts.
But that was part of the spa, and I just loved it. Just loved it.
I've never been to a spa.
Oh.
I've had massages, but I've never gone to a spa. I've heard it's amazing.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Right.
All right. We're going to talk about growing up. So you look back on your life, 84 years young, you're kicking along. How would you describe yourself?
I am a very bossy, determined
I don't think you're a bossy
person.
I never thought you were bossy.
No. I am. All of my family, they think I'm bossy. If we want to do something different, then they'll come to me. And we'll do it. But
I think you're more of a leader, not bossy.
Yeah.
I think that's more being a leader than bossy. That's just my take on it. Does that work for you?
All right, Vincent. We'll go with what you say.
You're a leader, not bossy. You're a leader, or you're one with strong opinions. So,
yes.
It only becomes bossy when people don't listen to you.
Well, sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do. The family, they do. Right. Mm-hmm.
What were you like as a kid growing up? Were you bossy as a kid?
I was a bully. I was a bully.
There's no way. No way.
Yes, I was, Vincent. My youngest sister, Cookie, she's very quiet, and when we were at school, Cookie didn't like to play with other kids. So I had to stand with her by a big tree on the school ground. And if anyone came up to her, I would take care of them for her. So I was raised that I was a bully.
By take care of them, you mean you would show them a better direction.
That's right. To go. Leave her alone.
You don't want to. You don't want this problem today. You don't want to catch Joesphine, these hands from Joesphine.
Now,
that's good.
Just leave that. Funny. That was the way Cookie was. Yeah. So.
Hey, I think you're just looking after your own. You're looking after your sister.
I did. I looked out for
like
both
that.
of them. Right.
I don't imagine you as a bully though. I don't.
Well,
see
now in this day and age, we're called bullies. Yeah. Back then, you're right. I was looking out for my younger sister. Yeah,
probably a little softer now than we were back then. I'll speak to your son on that one. He's got some stories on him. Okay, so school. You've lived in Topeka your whole life, right?
Yes,
Topeka, Kansas.
Yes, Topeka.
What schools did you attend?
I attended elementary school, Monroe.
Okay,
Monroe School, and the middle school, what they call middle school now, was Crane Junior High.
Okay. Where is it?
Right there on 17th and South 17th.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, high school was Topeka High.
Yeah. I know Monroe was the center of.
Back then, yes.
That's what got everything started.
That's right. It was we had an excellent education at Monroe School, and it really just prepared us for life. What we went through at Monroe.
How was the education? You said it was an excellent education. Mm-hmm. What do they focus on? They focus on becoming better versions of yourself?
That's right. Because we knew that we were going to leave. When we leave to Monroe, we were going up to a school with Caucasian teachers and mostly Caucasian kids. And those teachers at Monroe wanted us to be able to let them know we knew what education was all about.
Yeah.
And that's the way that was.
And now, 1954 was, it was 51. You were, when all that went down, if I was doing my math right, you were 13, 14?
13, 14, when I went up to Crane Junior High.
Okay, and then when everything unfolded with the Brown versus Board of Education, for some historians, 1954 is when everything dropped.
54, yes.
55.
Because I had just graduated from Topeka High.
Yeah, when did you graduate Topeka High? 54?
In 54.
Okay. I was trying to figure out Topeka High. That's been around for a long time.
Topeka High was built, I believe they told us, in 1936.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? How many high schools were in Topeka? So when was Weston? Topeka
West came out. I think I had graduated from Topeka High when they
was
built.
Was High the only high school in Topeka?
At one time, Highland Park.
Highland Park and High. So two high schools in Topeka. Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
And then West. They built West.
Your favorite childhood memory? Do you have any? Do you have multiple ones?
We grew up, my sisters and I, having to do a lot of things that mostly boys would do, because we had to cut the grass and shovel snow because my dad worked. My mom was a mom that was home all the time. And my favorite memory is my older sister and I, we were given a duck at Easter time, and we named him Floppy.
An actual duck.
A real live duck. Ethel and I. They gave ducks away, and they gave us one. My dad said we could take care of it, and we did. We called him Floppy, and we put him in a box, which we shouldn't have done because he fell out.
He fell out the
and
box.
So he was a crippled floppy duck.
Oh
yes.
no! What do you feed a duck?
We fed the duck everything.
Everything
that we ate. Floppy ate. He sure did.
I fed ducks bread.
No, he ate everything.
He ate everything. I'm sure. Ate everything. Was it a fat duck?
He was a white duck, and he was to us just a beautiful animal.
Yeah.
Ethel and I, yes. Raymond wasn't born. My brother wasn't born at that time, and Cookie didn't care anything about Floppy. So on that. But I never will forget that, Vincent. I never will.
No, I never had any animal. I had dogs. I never got a chance to. I never had any. Never wanted like a snake or anything like that. Or a duck. But I've never thought of that one. I don't know.
My mom had a little dog, and she was a little black Cocker Spaniel. And we didn't have her long because when we moved, everything changed for her, and she died. And we never had another dog until Russell was born.
Okay. When was Russell born?
Russell was born 1956,
Okay.
and he wanted a dog.
I'm gonna get to him about the dog thing. My first encounter with dogs was Major.
Major was fantastic too.
I got a bone to pick with him when he. I'll talk to him later. But whenever he let me hold Major, and then he got pretty far away. It was the park over there, and he whistles, and next thing you know, Major yanks, and of course I didn't let go. I got drugged.
You got drugged.
Oh, I got drugged. That dog was a beast.
Major was a big black lab.
Yeah.
And that was Russell's dog. Yeah,
I remember Major in the Jeep riding around all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
People didn't know you would think he owned that Jeep, and people didn't know he was just as a sweet dog.
Oh yeah.
He was
vicious,
big.
though. Oh.
Yeah, he was big, and Russell would always have him there in the Jeep, but he wouldn't have bothered anybody. He was just that good. Right. Sure was.
How is it being a single woman and a professional in the era you raised Russell?
When Russell was in high school and decided that he was going to go to college, that was when I had to change my profession on what I was going to do so that I could help send him to college. And that was one class I took out at. It was called Call Area Vocational School Medical Secretary. And I was in the first medical secretary course there. And when we went through that course, we were asked to go and kind of, work somewhere else. A lot of the girls took the hospital out there, VA hospital, and I chose a nursing home. And I loved every minute. Did 2 years of Washburn.
Okay.
And my mom got sick, so I didn't finish Washburn. And I got married, had Russell, and when he started school, decided in high school that he wanted to go to college, that was when I went back to school and went into the nursing home field, in which I loved every minute of it.
What'd you love about it?
I
remember visiting you all the time, and you were always happy. It seemed like you were always happy. You were probably you bossing them around. You weren't bossing them. You were directing them. You were directing them.
I was directing. You're right.
No, not a boss. You were directing.
And
so when you were directing the people
at this time, when he went away to Emporia, I went back to school and took a course called for learning how to decipher what the doctors would put on medical records.
Records.
Right. And I did that, and I really went into the nursing home field and worked for a company out of Seattle, Washington. Very, very good company. And they told me that if I stayed with them, that they would increase my salary, that they would move me up, and I became one of the first black licensed nursing home administrators.
That's good to hear that they at that. What year was that?
Oh, honey, that was Russell was in college, so yeah. 67.
So that was good that they follow through.
Yes, they did. And that company, I worked for them, and they sent me around to the other homes that they had, and I would do inspections and get them ready for inspections. And I loved every minute.
You retired from that, right?
I retired. That was my first retirement. I retired from that, and then Russell said, well, what are you going to do now? I said, I don't know. He said, why don't you go and work for 501?
That's when you went back to
That
Highland Park.
was when I went to Highland Park.
That's right. That's why.
I loved every minute of that job.
So that's cool. So you're able to kind of go back, circle back around where 501 district.
I retired twice, and I worked for 21 years at Highland Park.
Wow. Okay.
I retired in 2018. Loved every minute of that job too.
What is your advice for this generation for working single moms?
For single moms, I had to really. I'm going to go by what I had to do as a single mom.
Because you being a single mom, it is at your era was different than
right
what it is
than
now.
what it is now, and I.
So you had to take on a lot.
Yes. These girls nowadays don't. They have all of the technology, and which is very good.
Yeah,
very
it is,
good
it is,
for
it is.
the young women, and they're just able to do more, think more, and really get out and show what they can do. Whereas we did what people told us to do. Yeah. So.
It'd be nice having that technology back then. But
it would have been. It sure would have been.
So just a question for my wife. She I noted this. She's big into women's history, women's rights.
That's right. And
over the era, how do you think things changed for women? And do you remember how old you were when you first voted?
Things have changed very much for women. Women can really think for themselves, do more, and really get things going. As far as voting, I was 21 years old, my first vote. First time I voted. 21.
Okay.
Was. Yes.
We kind of touched on how long, when you retired and in your career, how long you worked in the education system. I didn't know how long it felt like. It did feel like when I was graduating high school, you were still over there, and then you kind of moved out, and then when I was a professional or getting my career, it was almost like I was like, how long has she been working at Highland Park? When she's going to stop? At what point is enough? You had a lot of directing to still do.
I did.
I know you enjoy vacations, right?
Oh my goodness!
I remember going to Vegas with you guys all the time. That was my earliest memories. What has been your favorite vacation?
My favorite vacation was that trip to Vegas with the family. We were on a bus. It was wonderful. You and all Dan's grandkids and everything. It was just a nice vacation. And that, as a fact, was the last vacation that my dad went on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was nice. It was real nice.
What has been the one place you've always wanted to go that you never done?
I don't think I'm going to try. I don't think I'm going to make it. I wanted to go to New York and walk down Broadway. Oh. And I haven't done it yet.
So we had indoor nationals in 2014 in New York, and I forced everyone. I was like, I didn't tell them at the time, but I had like a 5-hour gap or a block where you're going to do everything I want to do. I forced them to go to the World Trade Center. I made them go to all the boardwalk. I made them go. We went everywhere, and I felt like it was important for them. You need to see this.
That's right.
Only thing we didn't have time to go to the Statue of Liberty just because of the travel, but we went to everywhere. We even Thomas Brocksterman. I know Russell mentioned him. Thomas Brocksterman got lost in the subway.
Oh no!
He was very tentative and very and. I had told all of them, you need to be very not forceful, but you need to be. There ain't no hesitation. You can't sit back. So those doors shut, and we're inside the train, and he's out, and he's just looking at us as we're going away, and I'm like,
oh no!
And cell phones don't work.
Oh no!
Luckily, I got off of the next one, and I had my assistant at the time, and I told Tony, I was like, "Hey, take everyone back up." And the cool thing about New York was it was very easy to see where the train stopped at. And so I got out, and I got out by myself, And I was like, please, Thomas, I hope you get on this train. Sure enough, he got on the train and he saw me, and then we met up with him. But that could have been very bad. Very bad. And
but me wanting to go to New York and walk down Broadway,
we need to make that happen. Somehow, some way, we need to make that happen. So, the internet can travel a lot.
Yes,
internet, you hear this. I know the coronavirus, all that stuff is hitting up.
Yes, it is. And that's one reason why I haven't said much about it, or even, and I love cruises. I love being on a cruise.
Oh, you do? My wife and I hate cruises. It's so okay, you look north, south, east, and west, ocean. Nothing. No, you fall off, you're done.
You're done.
There is no going back. That was the most humbling, surreal thing. You have to respect the ocean.
That's right. And none of us.
But you can't swim, and you want to go in the ocean.
That's right. None of us know much. We don't swim.
Yeah, you can't. But you want to go on a boat.
I sure do. Oh, I loved it. And the last one that we went on, Dan's family was with us, and it was fantastic. I know it was over 40 of us on that cruise.
They are fun. I tell you what,
it was
I've
wonderful.
Never slept so deep and hard. When you get in those little cabins, the rocking, the coolness of it, and the darkness. I slept so hard.
I loved it. And my first cruise, and
where'd you guys go? Like which one?
We went to. I think it was Bahamas. We went to the Bahamas.
My wife and I went on our honeymoon. We went to the Bahamas.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. We rented a moped, we rented a moped and did our own little thing. She ended up going to some random spot to get her nose pierced.
Oh.
Yeah, I was right. They used a fish hook.
Oh no.
So I'm watching her and I see this fish hook, and she saw the look in my face when I looked at that fish hook. And as soon as it went through, she just, the whole time I'm thinking, you realize this is not going to be good. Oh, exactly.
With her being a nurse,
she still has a scar to this day. One of the funny things, when we got the moped, we were driving around the Bahamas, and there's this huge bridge, this tall bridge that takes you from where you're at.
That's right.
I made the mistake of taking a moped up that.
Oh, no.
I had traffic behind me there. Well, I had it behind me, weaving past this. I'm sitting here trying to get going up this, because as soon as you got up, you went down.
Right.
But no, that was our
I
trip.
loved, and I've been on several cruises, and
have you walked to the edge and looked off?
My gosh, yes. I mean, day, anytime, and we would get up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and things would be jumping on that cruise. Oh yes, it was nice.
It's humbling to see the ocean. All 4 sides around you.
It sure is.
That was the most humbling.
But not being able to swim and everything.
Well, at least you know.
Most of us couldn't swim on that cruise. We just kind of stayed back and just had a good time.
If I were to go in the ocean and couldn't swim, that might have been the easiest thing, because what the ocean has in store for you probably isn't something
I'm telling you.
I believe you when I say it. It's humbling to see it. So anyone who hasn't ever gone on a cruise, go on a cruise.
Go on a cruise. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was
beautiful. Right.
It was different.
Very different.
All right, I got some questions.
Very different.
Some Raising Russell questions. I got some funny ones.
Raising Russell, okay.
I have heard stories. You were quite the fan during Russell's sporting events.
Oh, honey.
Maybe a bully, maybe, I don't know, directing. Is this true? I want to hear your side of the story.
This is true.
You were asked to watch from the vehicle.
That's right. The first football game that I saw my son play, I was put off of the football field.
By who? Him or the referees?
No. By I think it was my uncle. By my uncle. By my uncle.
Now, you do realize, I'm sure Russell brought the pain on everyone. There's no. You go ahead, continue. I'd like to hear your side.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
On the football field, I was told not to come back anymore. So, and I'm serious. I never saw him play, but that one football game. And Russell got hurt almost every game he played in. And his senior year was the year that he had the real bad injury and surgery. So he didn't play at all his senior year. Not at all. His senior year, because he had to have that surgery. But he also played at Emporia State. I still didn't get to go. I only saw him play one.
Now this has nothing to do with the air. This is internally you were asked to not go.
That's right.
So what kind of things were you? I like this. I like you had support. What kind of things?
Okay, now with him, he played football and he played baseball. Russell was very good in both of those sports. And my mom and I, he played out at the lake.
Yeah. Lake Scaba, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He played at Lake Scaba. And he was very good. He was very good at all the sports that he was in. But I wasn't asked to leave there. They were nice to me out at the lake.
So what were these things what was being said that caused you to have to go sit in the vehicle?
Oh, okay. For one thing, I think I wasn't very nice to the people that would knock him down and get on top of him. So that was,
what about the people he probably ran over?
I didn't pay attention to that.
That's all. That's the parents' job. That's on them. That's on them.
On that.
Because I'm about to get to Russell Hodison stories, and I'm like,
yeah. No, he and was very good in any sport that he played in, and but it was my people, my uncle and my people that told me don't come back.
Why they silenced me?
I didn't because I knew I was going, if those people kept knocking him down, getting on top of him, I knew I wasn't going to act like a lady. So I did not go back. I did not, Vincent.
Now this area, I think you would be hailed and praised.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It'd be you'd be probably a meme on the internet.
I don't know.
You know what memes are? Russell's got a meme, and it's the Coach Hodison starter kit.
Okay.
It's like the outfit, the sweatsuit attire.
Yes.
All right, what is your I'm sure you've heard of Coach Hodison stories.
Now, with Russell, he, like all of the coaches that I've ever come in contact with, they all supported him. Yeah. And he was good. He played, he wrestled also. Yeah. And that was another sport I couldn't watch. I couldn't.
Did he lose or did he?
No, Russell was very good in wrestling. So he was good in everything, but it was just me. It was just me.
So he's taking people out, and you're getting mad.
That's right. I am. So, but he the one sport that I really liked is it softball, baseball, whatever they play. Yeah. And my mom and he played 2 or 3 years with that sport. Yeah. And my mom and I would go every game that he played in that sport. But Mama didn't go see Russell play football either. No, she didn't. My dad did. My dad was there, and my brother was at all of them. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite Coach Hodison stories that you've heard from friends, from just? Hey, I heard Russell. Do you have any ones that stand out?
But Vincent, come think of it, I don't. I sure don't. I know he wrestled, and the only thing with Russell wrestling, the doctor he would always upchuck.
Who would upchuck?
Yeah, Russell.
He'd throw up?
Yes. When the people would get real close to him and hold him, he would upchuck. And the doctor told me, he said, well, just tell him wrestling is not for him.
I thought it would have been the other person getting slammed and that person upchucking.
No, he did. Yeah.
All right, so Russell's legendary sweatsuit attire.
Now, that came about when he was at Emporia. That wasn't me.
Was it you?
No, that wasn't me. And then when he graduated from Emporia, and he taught at the middle school.
Robinson.
Robinson Middle School. And then he went to Topeka High. That was when those came into effect.
I've always wondered that one.
No, that wasn't me. But he didn't even wear a sweatsuit or anything as a child.
Okay.
He just really basically wore jeans and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm the one that they put off for the team, the wrestling and the football. Yeah, and it was my people that my family, that told me don't come back, come back.
Man.
Yeah, so on that.
Anything else you would like to say or want people to know?
No, it's just that he was just a good person to raise as a child, and sports, was one of his things. But I don't know where that sweatsuit thing came in at. I really don't, because the job that I took with the nursing home, there was about 10 years that I traveled.
Yeah.
And I think that was during time Russell met Kay. Yeah. But I traveled for that company for about 10 years. Got to see a lot of the United States.
Yeah.
And really, it was really a good job.
Well, I know it's been. Job. I appreciate you talking with me.
Yes.
I've
is nice.
I've always enjoyed my time. I always enjoy because so much energy came from you, and I was very high energy myself. I'm assuming.
Yes, we are.
I was very high energy, and some of my experiences were some of the favorite ones. And obviously with Russell, I'm going to relive some of those with him as well. But I definitely appreciate you, and I hope with everything's going on, I feel like change is happening, and I feel like finally it's gonna make its way. Coming about.
You are right. So, but no, those questions were very good, Vincent. Yeah. School, education. My dad was the one that really pushed us with that. No, I don't have a picture of my father. That's his mother and father. And this is Cookie's mother. My mother and father. Yeah. But he he was just a good person to raise. He didn't demand much of me. I can one time remember spanking him. I know of one time I had to spank him. But when we lived on Western, we lived in an apartment. And during that time, there was a thing called the Kansas Free Fair.
Yeah.
And Russell and his friends would park cars to get money to go back into the fair and play different games and stuff like that. So, but that was the only thing I had to stop him for. I said, no, you do not, park these cars so that you can get money. I said, we'll have to give you money for you to get in the fair like that. So.
Yeah. Was there a lot of concerns? Did you? At his age, did you have the concerns you had at your age? Did you have the same concerns when you were raising him?
No, because he was such a different person.
Yeah.
And he always looked out for other people. That was one thing I was glad about, because you can't live your life alone. So you have to have other people with you. I was glad that he found somebody to marry and have children. And I was happy with that. My dad was still alive when Russell married, but he wasn't alive to see his grandkids, Chelsea and Austin.
Yeah.
Austin and you guys.
I remember seeing the look on the biggest smile I've ever seen of Russell when he was walking out of the emergency room with Chelsea.
Yes.
I remember he I I don't want to go into details about the in the room stuff, but I heard he was came out holding with the biggest smile.
Oh, I know
face.
with Chelsea, yeah. And well, all you kids,
yeah.
you kids were raised very good. Your mother and Russell, yeah.
I know a couple of times he took me out of school to go to Quinton Heights Hill. I'm sledding. So much fun there.
Yes,
that was a lot of fun.
Right,
there. A lot of fun
on
there.
that, yeah. So.
And I was telling him when we got the water gun wars, he was hitting me with a squirt bottle, and I believe you got me the Super Soaker 50 at Toys R Us. And when I came back, I had ammunition. But then he went out as an adult, like an adult does, and gets a bigger gun.
Yes.
He has an adult budget.
Yes.
And I couldn't. And then I just started a whole war of water guns in the house.
You guys, I tell you. So. But no, Vincent, raising me... We grew up very different. My mother and father were poor, and we lived in a bad part of Topeka. But they all stressed education.
Yeah.
And my dad's brother was a lawyer, and a very good lawyer in Chicago. And my dad, that was one thing he said: you will get an education. And that was with Russell. That was what my dad pushed with him, and he was there. Everything Russell did, my father was there with him. Yeah,
I still can't imagine you as a bully or bossy at that age.
I was bossy.
No one messed with you. They want to catch the hands of Joesphine.
No. I was bossy. I am bossy.
You're just directing people.
Thank you, Vincent.
You're
I like the way you use that. Me directing people.
You're directing people.
I like that.
If they don't like what you're directing, they call you bossy. But really, you're just directing them.
People. So.
I appreciate this.
Anyway, this has been nice.
Yes.
This has been nice. Yes. So you got all your equipment and everything. So you're going.
And you're gonna look good because you got the light. You see how shadowy here, but you see how you get the behind you.
Yes, that was nice. It
is. Make you look good, or even better.
Better. So, but technology has really stepped up. It has, Vincent.
You'll be seen in 4K. It's high definition.
All right, very good. Okay, and listen, was that the Russell's got to do his? Yeah.
All right, Russell.